Have you ever been playing a fighting game and just been like, oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. 0% from 0%? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. 0%. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Well, I decided to take all that salt and make a list. Top. What is this list again? Top 5 broken fighting game characters of all time. Get your salt shakers ready. Number 5. Starting this list off with something very predictable, it's Akuma / Goki from Super Street Fighter II Turbo. Originally an unplayable secret boss character, once he became playable, he was so OP he didn't even need a super bar. Very similar to Ryu and Ken in a lot of ways, Akuma had an air fireball, or Zanku Hadouken, that he could use to cross up his opponent. He could also use the blowback from the Zanku Hadouken to stay up in the air for a little longer if he needed to avoid a projectile. But the main reason Akuma is broken and banned was due to a bug that allowed the Raging Demon to not be interrupted at close range, making it damn near impossible to avoid in the corner. Capcom did everything they could to try to make Akuma playable again by nerfing him for Super Street Fighter II Turbo HD Remix, but Akuma could not be contained, remaining banned on the Super Street Fighter II Turbo HD Remix version as well. Number 4! Karai from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters on Super Nintendo. Do I even need to say anything? Just look at this shit. The amount of pressure she puts on you is ridiculous. Her normals have crazy range. She has a slide. She has an aerial attack, kind of like Vega, that does crazy chip. And she could just punch. Just punch. All day. Punch? What is she gonna do after punch? Punch again. Punch, 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 punch. There's literally a small gap where you're able to react and try to throw her. The window is so small, only the computer would be able to react to it. And the only reason the AI is able to attack back in that small window is because it can read your inputs. Oh, and did I mention? She can go Super Saiyan. Look at this. Needless to say, she's more than a little overpowered, straight up broken. Number 3! Gill from Street Fighter III Strike. King of the Illuminati, this unlockable boss character is a real piece of shit. Aside from looking like a Buffalo Bills crazed sports fan, he also has the elements of fire and ice on his side. Well, on one side. Like, on the left side, he controls the ice, and so fire on the right. Normally in Third Strike, a character has to choose between one of 3 supers, but Gill gets access to all 3 of his supers in a match. The first super being Meteor Shower, and the second being Sephirotic Wing? But the absolute main reason he's a broken piece of shit is for his third super, which is a passive super called Resurrection. As long as Gill has at least 1 super bar before he dies, he completely revives with full health. Needless to say, he is banned in tournaments. That's a given, right? I didn't need to say that.
Kneel before your master.
Number 2. It's Yoda in Soulcalibur IV. Now the thing about fighting Yoda is that he's so short, a lot of attacks will whiff. Not consistently either. Sometimes they'll hit, a lot of times they'll whiff. But you also can't grab him, or grab low. So you're actually really limited to what you can use to attack back at Yoda. I want you to imagine playing rock, paper, scissors with somebody, and they have access to rock, paper, and scissors, while you yourself can only throw paper. That's what it's like to fight Yoda. It's complete bullshit. Now Yoda's not the best character in the game, but he's certainly not balanced either. Like most guest characters in Soulcalibur, he's banned from tournaments, along with Darth Vader and the Apprentice. And some might argue that Yoda is a joke character, like Surfbot in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But if he's a joke character, he's not very funny.
What the fuck? This is impossible! No! Shut up, Yoda!
Joke!
Like, there's nothing you can do, man! Oh god, don't throw the wrenches!
It's number 1. Before I drop the most broken fighting game character you have ever seen in your entire life, I want you to take a moment and think about what you think is the most broken character of all time. Because whatever it is you're thinking does not even compare to this character. You think you know broken? You don't. But Battle, what about? No. Well, surely it could. No. But you didn't even mention. Nope, not even close. This character is so broken it belongs in Mugen. I'm talking about none other than Ivan Ooze in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fighting game on Super Nintendo. I honestly don't even know where to begin with this character. Just every aspect of this character is so fundamentally broken. First off, he can fly. Not like he has a flight mode in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, where you activate it and then deactivate it, but he is constantly in flight mode. If he wants to fly all the way up to the corner of the screen and spam fireballs indefinitely, he can. You're also unable to attack him low or throw him, and you thought Yoda was bad. Nearly every single one of Ivan Ooze's moves leads to combos or at least OTG. He has a broken fireball that beats out all other projectiles while auto-aiming on the opponent, and it hits multiple times. He also has fire columns that hits multiple times, and it's full screen height so they can't jump over it, and it travels forward while also beating out other projectiles. But by far, his most broken move is his invulnerable strike. It has no startup, leads to combos, can be done out of hits, shoots homing fireballs, and is completely invincible. You could honestly take away everything else that's wrong with this character, leave him with this move, and still he would be broken. This move is so highly spammable that you could take any other character in this roster, pit him up against Ivan Ooze, and Ivan Ooze is gonna win. It doesn't matter who's playing. If Justin Wong money matched my cat taped to an arcade stick who was using Ivan Ooze, you better believe I'm putting money down on my cat. The only downside is that he can't block, but you never need to. When you're this fundamentally broken, who needs to block? And that's why he's the most broken fighting game character of all time. Some other notable mentions would be Meta Knight, Omega Rugal, or Pet Shop from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You know, something that was interesting about making this video is that my original list was actually very different. After doing some research, a lot of characters that I thought had infinites or were broken ended up not being broken at all. A perfect example was Steve Fox in Tekken 5. I thought he used to have an infinite, but turns out you could actually get out of it. I guess it just kind of shows that sometimes you think a character's broken, but maybe you're just being a salty bitch.